Hey everybody, good Saturday to you, my friend Oakland. I was going to say Oakland council member, Oakland former council
Or
member,
Councilmember.
Oakland former mayoral candidate who should have won, but whatever. Hey, you're getting full enchilada of me today, man. I've been through it. We
Uh, hey,
Oakland,
hey.
it's great to have you here. How are you, my friend?
Doing well, Zanny. Thanks for the invite and bringing me on the show to check in. Yeah.
You got it. March Madness is upon us.
Yes, it is. It
Yeah,
is.
and to that end, I have, as they used to say, I got something for you. So I guess, bam.
All
And
right.
this is you, as they say, it's you, baby. So this is you put this out, and it reads: register today for the town tourney turn up. Say that three times real fast today, and prepare to fill out your NCAA March Madness bracket. After teams are announced on Sunday, 3/12. That's tomorrow. Oscar
Tomorrow.
Sunday. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oscar Sunday, Selection Sunday. It's
Yeah.
a lot happening.
Yeah. It's Loren and Zinni Sunday. So there you go. Brought to you by Councilmember Loren Taylor, Positive Coach US, Bridge Industrial, Acumen Transit, and other Oakland organizations. This sounds cool. So what's this about? You have common questions, and what if I haven't been following college basketball? You say no problem, right? But Lauren, let me shut up and let you talk. What's going on, man?
Yeah. No. Thanks for giving this opportunity. Hey, I grew up watching, cheering for different college teams. It was something that we are aware of. March Madness is a time when folks who don't even pay attention to sports or college basketball have an opportunity to jump in and just get into the fun, the excitement, the action. The 64 teams going at it in order to figure out who's the best in college basketball. And that's something that I know a lot of us share. Tens of thousands of Oaklanders from across the city are going to be paying attention to it. And given all of the, I will say, division that we've had, given a lot of the despair, folks feeling hopeless with a lot of the things that are going on within the city, it's, hey, we need an opportunity to just have people come together for some fun, some, sports bridges boundaries, cultural boundaries, divisions, and it allows folks to come together and just get excited about something. And so it was like, hey, let's take advantage of this. Let's take advantage of March Madness to bring the town together, celebrate some amazing talent that we have. We've got some Oaklanders who are going to be prominent within the tournament.
Yep.
We've got incredible pipeline of basketball talent. We just had the Oakland High Wildcats, the men's, and then the women's Lady Bulldogs from Oakland Tech win state championship. So we
Yep.
expect to see a few of them in NC2A Division One basketball coming up. So let's come together and celebrate what we've got. Uh, you know, Ignore and sort of leave behind some of the challenges that we're facing, and maybe through coming together, we can better solve them and address them at the same time.
I gotta say, I'm glad Oakland High rep the state, but I wish it were Skyline. Titans all the way, man. Titans all.
Hey, I say town business all the way. So if you're repping the town at the state level, that's something that we're excited about and we should all get behind. And so that's a
Oh
great
yeah,
thing.
oh yeah, definitely. But never forget the Titans.
There you go. Not going to pull you away from your alma mater.
No, we gotta keep, as I say, keep it real.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
move
there you go.
on, folks. But what is this nicely designed chart all about, sir?
Yeah, I mean, here, just wanted to lay out some information to make it easy for folks. Really, we want to lower the barriers to participate and to get in on the fun and on the action. And so, what you see here is just some of the common questions that folks might have that haven't been following college basketball or even sports. Not a problem. You can still play, log in. You can choose teams based on colors. You could choose teams based on geography or where you know people from. You can choose teams based on doing some heavy research and dissertations on basketball. There's a whole range of ways getting in, and the good thing about March Madness, no one has a real strong advantage. Like anything can happen as we proceed through the tournament. So that's fun. It's a easy, the way the platform that we're using, used to be like you at the office, you would photocopy pages and then have people fill it out by hand and someone have to track it, how the different scores are going. It's all done online through a very simple app. ESPN hosts it. And so you can go on there and it automatically tallies what people's scores are at the end of the day. And then also wanted to just encourage folks that, like, this is about pulling the town together. It's not necessarily about winning, although we expect to have some pretty good Oakland-centric prizes, working with a few local Oakland companies, working with Visit Oakland. They're going to be putting together a couple baskets of Oakland gift certificates, products, etc., to give away as prizes as well. And we're going to come together physically as well. We're going to have watch parties.
Oakland Restaurant Week, you know?
Yeah. So it's overlapping with Restaurant Week. We're going to have watch parties at some sports bars and restaurants where we pull people together to, root for their teams, have some appetizers, some drinks, and just have a good time here in the town. And hopefully meet some neighbors that you hadn't otherwise had a chance to meet.
So what is there official website to go to? Is there a, here it is. I started not at the front page. Here's the front page, folks. All right. But is this, what.com is this at, or dot anything?
This is on ESPN's fantasy app. So their website for fantasy sports, and they have a section dedicated towards March Madness and different tournament challenges. We have a group called the Town Tourney Turn Up group in the men's tournament and in the women's tournament. And so you can compete, put brackets in for both, and it'll tally how each of us are doing. So excited. It's really simple. You just go in, log in, and starting tomorrow, after selections are made for which teams are going to be in the tournament, then you can fill out your brackets, submit them, and you have until March 16th to complete your brackets, and then we'll see how everything unfolds.
So I think I got it here. So men's tournament challenge. Yep. I could just type ESPN March Madness Town Turn Up, right? And then just click on that, right?
That's it. And it should say join a group. You go to the join a group section.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got to log in for ESPN, then you're already there. Otherwise, you set it up, and then perfect. And then if you go to the there should be a section to search groups. Oh, if you scroll down a little bit.
Oh, thank you.
Scroll down. There you go. Search groups. Type in there. Type in Town Tourney. TOURNEY. Or you know what? Simple way is just to put turn up. I think we're the only one that has turn up in our name. So TURN-UP, and we should show up.
Considering it's Oakland, I'm sorry you didn't turned up.
There you go. There you go. We're gonna turn it up for sure.
Town Tourney Turn Up. That's a tongue twister of a name.
There
Town Tourney Turn Up tongue twister. There you go.
There you go. So you just go in there. You could
I like it.
Log in, register. We've got folks already signing up.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't even gotten to Selection Sunday yet. My goal is to have a couple hundred easily folks, if not more, participating in this tournament and the challenge.
This is fun stuff. Hey,
you gonna fill out your bracket, Zenny?
I haven't even started, man. I'm way behind.
But you will.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Perfect. I want to see how well your vision is for what may come.
Oh well, I'll do my research. I got to get that and the Oscars out of the way. Hey, just out of curiosity, do you remember your most favorite March Madness moment?
You know what? I think we had. I was rooting for. I think when I was going to junior high and high school, UNLV was one of the top teams. UNLV and Duke. Those were a couple of the teams that I was following. You know what's funny? Where we got really into it and which teams we were supporting, it was all around the time that we had the starter puff jackets. And so people would all have starter puff jackets in junior high and high school, and that was kind of the trend. And so you go based on sort of some of the colors, the style, the logo, and then that was a lot of the influence for the teams that you elevated on the bracket a little bit. If you like the way that their puff jacket, starter jacket look.
My favorite March Madness moment was 1996. Cal beat Duke to get to the Sweet 16. We watched that. Myself, longtime buddies, Greg Haywood, Brian Fitzpatrick, all from Cal, Mike Silver, uh, Mike's wife. Oh my God, it was a huge contingent of us. Gordon and Gotcha.
Yep.
We lost our minds.
See, I remember that.
Oh, that was Jason Kidd who had to play.
Yeah. So I remember that because that was when I was in undergrad in the Midwest, and so there are a lot of like Duke fans, and there weren't that many folks that were rooting for Cal basketball. So I was able to kind of rub it in a lot of people's faces, like the Cal, especially the Bay Area, was representing, because that's what I had to do when I was an undergrad with everybody else.
That's it, and so that was my most. I mean, I thought Cal's coming out party. We had a great coach. We had Lamont. We had Jason. We had Tony Gonzalez, who I got to know then. So this brother who played for Stanford, I forgot he was a center. I forgot his name. I remember I was interviewing him though, and he goes, "The Gonzalez, man, that dude's strong." It was crap. We kept talking about Tony, who I actually got to know later because I was covering the league, right? But that was just an explosive moment for Cal, which ironically enough is notable because we just fired our basketball coach. We weren't winning anything at all. Hey, let's shift gears to politics before I give you back your life. I'm going to ask you straight up, point blank, how is the current mayor doing?
I'm waiting to see a direction. Right now, it seems like it's very, I will say, haphazard and piecemeal in terms of what's happening. So I feel like we need a overarching vision and strategy, and that's one thing that's I think been missing. So it's hard to tell. Obviously, there's been a lot of stuff that would have come regardless of who was in the mayoral seat and who's in the administration. And then I think there are a number of things that are unforced errors that did not need to occur. And so we are unfortunately dealing with that. We've got a lot of challenges in our city that need a sense of urgency and not just what we hope to do or aspirationally, have talked about on the campaign trail, sort of repeating those lines. So we need some action, and that's, I think we are not seeing the action that we need yet.
What do you think of Chief Armstrong's firing?
I came out publicly. I believe that was a mistake. I think that if for those who are connected to the community, the work that has been done, the work that could continue to be done under his leadership, I think there was a way of navigating it without leading to the situation that we're in. Obviously the federal monitor had his desire and was pushing for a certain outcome, and it seemed like he got the outcome that he wanted. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the outcome that's best for our city. And so definitely disappointed in how that played out.
Why does it feel like to me the federal monitor is almost like he's taxing us, but he doesn't even live in Oakland and we're bowing to him? But why does it seem like there's something there that's not constitutional? And I'll explain where I'm going with this. In this entire episode with the mayor firing Chief Armstrong, I've discovered that few people, if any, actually read the city charter. The charter is the city. It's the Oakland's constitution, and it's connected only to the California Constitution. And yet, I don't see anywhere where there's a kind of authority where we've allowed the federal monitor for 20 years to have over Oakland without any challenge about, hey, is this right? Is this legal?
I think it's a valid question. We absolutely have to anchor to our charter and what the intent is in terms of elevating the voice of the people, those representatives of Oaklanders, to really evaluate, make these best decisions, and not necessarily leave it up to someone who's not from Oakland, who's not connected to the community, who hasn't seen the progress that we've been making on the ground. But allowing that person to really push and force the outcomes that have been, made and that we are seeing and dealing with and living with. So I think that definitely is a valid question. Unfortunately, what we need strong leadership that can also bridge that gap, is connected to the community, is able to push back when it makes sense to do so, is able to, really focus on us getting the both and here in Oakland. We can, hold ourselves accountable, while also investing in the long-term connected leadership that we need, that's actually going to move us forward in a sustainable way. I think that was the miss that I see.
There's a line from The Godfather I'm reminded of when I talk to you, and it's in Godfather 3. And Michael Corleone said, in the kitchen, every time I try to get out, they try to pull me back in. And then he had a heart attack. Why does it seem like they're trying, including myself, to pull you back in? And the question is, do you want to come back in? Do you want to get back? Do you want to get dirty? Do you want to get in the fight and get what a number of people feel like should have been yours?
So yeah, there is a sense of being pulled back in, and let's be honest, it's because there's so much need. There's so much challenge that we have in Oakland. So much. Look, we are in a city where we not only have homelessness that continues to spiral out of control, and public safety. We see the headlines every day with these issues and concerns, and people not feeling safe within our city. We've got gaps in terms of, we are trying to fill, 8 different leadership positions within the city because there's vacancies or interims. When you look at from the top, the city administrator position, the chief of police now, the chief of violence prevention, the head of the Department of Housing, the director of Parks and Rec, the director of Economic and Workforce Development. These are all vacancies that we have that need to be filled. There are some serious issues, and we need to have the people, the staff, the resources, and the direction and the vision in order to get there. And I think that's why folks are clamoring for, I will say, someone that gives them that confidence that things are moving forward. Now, I'm not trying to have my heart attack Corleone. So that's we actually have to bring that in balance. And to be honest, there's a number of things that we can do to move Oakland forward and hold folks accountable from outside of City Hall. And so that's what I'm focused on right now. But my commitment is
name one, for example.
Well, I mean, look at what first of all, this opportunity to bring the town together around something fun, March Madness, but also focuses on, actually creating that underlying connection and connectivity that we need in order to actually address our tough challenges and problems. When we talk about working with community organizations and supporting them, whether it's, the Black Cultural Zone, a group that I worked with a lot while in office, whether it's the Oakland NAACP, whether it's other organizations on the ground that I've been working hand in hand with, that work continues. My connection, my relationship, and the support, and it's still there. And I'm not going anywhere. This is my town. We got a lot of problems to solve, and we're not finished with that.
Hey, I got to ask you, how can we get Carol Fife to stop picking on you? Because she picked on you on Twitter. I thought it was really inappropriate for a council member to do when you're coming to her aid. And I don't want you to necessarily respond, except for an idea for you guys getting together. But to me, it's a hallmark example of how we as Black folks don't come together, and we expect Black folks, we find it seems seemingly easier, some of us, to attack other people and assume things about them that are not true. It's ridiculous. And we use social media to do it, which shouldn't be done unless, now she's making money off of it and she's getting paid. She has a platform and she programmed it. I'm saying, hey, put me on there. I'll program it with you too. We can have some fun, right? Because that's Black tech excellence, right? We're not talking about Black tech excellence, Loren. We're talking about some sinister stuff about how we relate to each other. That's got to stop. And council members shouldn't be doing it. Leaders shouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? But how do we, aside from March Madness or anything else, how do we truly come together as folks and move forward? We can argue, sure, but argue on the phone, but not publicly, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this stuff.
I hear you completely. I can't necessarily get into the head of other people and how they're thinking and what would help to move them. But from my standpoint, we are not going to get on top of these issues, these complex challenges, unless we come together at the table and have the space for real, open, honest dialogue that isn't undermining or attacking, but is focused on building and creating together. That's my focus. That's what I lead with. You see, I will be vocal in support of, all of us when that's called for. I have done that. I will continue to, and I will continue to extend an olive branch, to create these opportunities to work together, even when we see, some consistently that getting slapped down and not reciprocated. That's okay, because that's what leadership requires. And hopefully we will be able to bridge that gap and actually work together to solve these issues in the near future.
Yeah, and for the record, what happened was that Carol Fife was attacked, racism. And all Loren did was come forward and say, hey, I really support and really sympathize with what you're going to, want to help. I thought it was reprehensible words to that effect, right? And instead, she turned around and basically said, off with his head, like that. And I'm thinking, blood, that's I looked at it and I thought, no, she didn't do that, did she? And she did. And that's what I'm saying. It's just, I've never seen Oakland council member do this sort of thing. And we have to conduct ourselves with civility toward each other. Because, but the only time I ever see, I have had a 40-year history. The closest thing I saw was actually a real near fisticuffs between Hugh Bassett, who was Oakland Education, and Larry Reed, who was District 7 council member. They came that close to, this was on camera, man. They came that close to blows. I mean, Hugh was prancing. This is all in City Hall, a bunch of about 500 people, man. But
we've got some tough.
Yeah, why does it always have to be us? Why does it have to be black to black? You don't get anybody else than us.
I think in general, we're dealing with some tough issues. They are personal. We do need to get on top of it. And so you see a lot of emotions and energy. But as leaders, our job is not just to say what is right, but to model what is right. And I think that's the thing that we have to continue to center on, is like, if we believe that it takes us coming together in order to solve these issues, then we've got to model that. And what the humility and the sort of stepping out, being the first mover in some of these, and taking it to a sort of simmering down, I will say lowering the temperature, if you would, of some of these issues, so that we can actually make progress in them.
Yeah, and see, we're getting to a point where it's not, we seem to be wanting to shut each other up. I don't want to shut anybody up. I've never been that way. But there are people out there now with titles who do act like that, and they act like that toward other black folks. And, I'm begging you all to really just stop doing that. It really is a bad thing to do. It's like you don't like other black folks, and you don't want to be thought of that way, folks, okay? But we need to close it and stop it, because it's out of hand. Sorry, Loren, but somebody's got to.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think particularly for the black community, we've got to come together, because we know that throughout the history of America, and even before that, the whole diaspora, it has been a focus on dividing and conquering. And we have been playing into that same strategy by which others seek to dominate and, keep us in our place, so to speak, and keep us down. And so by coming together, we can counter that. By coming together, we can actually, lean into our strength, our power, and our potential.
Yeah, because what's happening is certain public, I'll just say it straight up, because now the San Francisco Chronicle is taking a racist tinge toward all this. They had some black columnist I've never heard of, frankly. Okay, but the latest in a long line of black men they hire to attack black Oakland officials, in this case, Chief Armstrong. Okay, I've seen this going all the way back to Chip Johnson when I was trying to bring Super Bowl to Oakland. That was 25 years ago. All right, so I'm thinking, can they just give this a rest? And yet then they double down on it and they attack the NAACP. All right,
Yep.
they used him to attack the NAACP, and I'm thinking, like the words of Johnny Katawash, it ain't that all right? So
Yes.
I said, no, this no, because that's what they're doing. They're doing it for clicks, right?
Yep.
They're doing it for clicks.
Clearly, their editorial, those commentators that are, attacking the NAACP and sort of undermining its value, not only here in Oakland but across the country. I think there's definitely, I think, a need for us to, anchor and, I will say, lift up and celebrate those who have paved the way for us and actually laid down and made tremendous sacrifices, built the institutions that are now, yes, taking on, challenges of today and moving on to, what's needed. And I think that needs to be applauded, lifted up, and to seek to undermine that through an editorial comment is damaging to the movement of supporting and, empowering the Black community.
Yeah, and I have to say, like, Carol Fife is a hero. Moms for Housing, she did, I thought was a beautiful thing. She just didn't understand the legislation to carry it forward more so she could get around the REIT problem. And I was trying to explain it, but she would never call on me because they have me as the idea of the other. They don't even know who I am. They think they do, but that's, then if I say, hey, it's because I'm a celebrity, you got this idea. They say, oh, now you're calling yourself a celebrity, all this stuff, right? My point is, knock it off, folks. The real deal is, you know who I am, you know who he is, all right? We all know each other. We value and appreciate you. And the ideas you think we have about improving Oakland are really a lot closer to your ideas. You just got to listen to find out. Right, Loren?
I think you sum that up when you say the ideas that we have and sort of our goals and our focus. I agree with that. I believe that, for the most part, we all are wanting very close to the same thing for outcome for our community, for our people in terms of moving forward, right? The question is, what is your approach in order to getting there? And is it, I will say, and how can we come together to create some of that harmony and shared impact, collective growth and power? And so my door is always open for those who the media might say are, allied with me or not. I think that's what we need, is to be able to come together, work together, and really lead Oakland forward with that intentional focus.
And Keisha says you need to come back into politics.
Thanks, Keisha. I am still, as I said, I'm not going anywhere. This is my town. That's one of the things when a politician or an elected official loses an election and they're not from the community, you never hear from them again. I am from Oakland, for Oakland, committed to this town, and I will continue to be investing energy into making it better.
I got to ask you a question before we part. This is about Howard Terminal. I wasn't going to, but because I feel like the days are gone. But considering the list of department head open positions that you named, how can the athletics be confident that we have the proper crew to finish the job of building a stadium or ballpark in Oakland?
I think you named it. That's a huge problem because of the turmoil, because of the vacancies, because of just all that's going on within leadership at the top. I think that does undermine confidence that we'll be able to, put a deal together. And the fact that it appears as though there's not really a lot of energy or effort on behalf of the administration in order to sit at the table and try and work through some of these tough, complex issues to create the win-win. I think that also undermines that confidence. So when we talk about our, I will say, Howard Terminal, when we talk about the other, I will say, transformative projects that have potential here, and those who are trying to invest, considering investing, trying to figure out where to move their company, their headquarters to create jobs. All of those things are put in question when we don't have those fundamentals in place to give confidence, to give folks a sense that their investment of their time, their energy, their resources is going to actually come to fruition or generate the value that it has the potential to.
Well said, council member. Well, former council member. Any parting thoughts? Do the March Madness game, folks. I'm going to do it. Pick your bracket. Hey, I got to ask you before we go. Okay, talking about my favorite.
One other thing before we go, I do want to acknowledge some of the folks that we have in the tournament that are going to be in the tournament. We've got Keyshawn Johnson, who is from Oakland. He plays for San Diego State. So want to root and support him. Sule Boom plays for Xavier from Oakland, born in Oakland as well. So want to acknowledge him. And I think Jacob Grandison is playing for Duke. So there are three. I think there may be a few others as well, but want to acknowledge some talent that will be in the tournament that's worth rooting for and supporting as well. So definitely want to encourage folks, fill out that bracket. It's a way to pull people together, pull the town together. We need more of it. It's what creates hope. It's what gives us a sense of confidence and renewed faith in our community. Things like this. So come out to one of the watch parties we're going to be having at local restaurants as well.
Hey, what restaurant you got to be at for restaurant? By the way, Zenny 62 Media is an official media partner of Oakland Restaurant Week 2023.
Hey, glad to have you as a part of that. Definitely we need to support our local businesses, our small businesses. One for sure, we're still finalizing a couple of them. One for sure, we will be having one watch party For the Culture, the establishment that Chris Rochelle is created, and then we'll be adding a few other ones as well. If someone has folks they want to represent, that they want us to come to, reach out to me, reach out to folks who are working with me on this. We want to definitely share the love and have some great venues where we can just come together and root for our teams and our brackets.
Hey, there you go, man. Oscar Best Picture, who you got?
I am not the one to ask on this, so I'm gonna punt on that response.
No, Pat, you should just talk to the guy who covered the Night of Wonder Stars Oscar party for 6 years. Everything.
You tell me.
Yeah, everything, everywhere, all at once. That's going to get Best Picture, and it's not. I haven't seen it. It's not my personal favorite is the battle movie. The name just flew out of my mind because we saw it here. All's Quiet on the Water. All's Quiet on the Western Front. All's Quiet on the Western Front is one of the best war movies ever made, period. It is gripping. It is realistic. It is disgusting. It is horrifying. It is thought-provoking. And it is a heck of a ride. You cannot put it down in a cinematic sense, okay? It is outstanding. However, it's not going to get Best Picture. I'd be shocked. Got the BAFTAs. So it followed some of the precursors, but I don't think it's going to do Best Pictures. I think as far as the nominations for the actors and actresses, there's going to be some shocking selections. I don't think Best Actress. I think the lady that's going to get it is the one that was snuck in at the last minute. And so you're going to see a lot of hashtag Oscars so white as you go along. But that's more a problem of, and I think really this gets into Oakland's economic development, what we're not doing. And I think something that Elaine Brown had the right idea for doing and should be followed up on. I mean, I'm 15 minutes from what was called Pinewood Studios here in suburban Atlanta. That was where they call it Trilith now. That was where all the Marvel's Avengers movies were made, save for one. And point I'm making is that we need to take the websites. We need to take the warehouses that we have in Oakland, or at least a selected number, refurbish and subsidize them for the development of studios. That was really Elaine Brown's idea, the former Black Panther, to do, and was never followed up on, because you have all these kids and adults, everybody have smartphones and iPhones. You can make movies on these and then the city can get involved in financing selected ones through tax increment financing to smaller investments, along with movie investors, and really create a new small movie industry in Oakland out of what we have, right? So there's a lot of stuff that we can do that really ties us right into the Academy Awards. We've had movies that came out of here, like Black Panther, has significant ties to Oakland, as you know, right? So
Yep,
we don't develop our culture in a way that we can. And this is not just a current problem, Loren.
No.
This is a long-standing problem.
Oh yeah. No. You're absolutely right. And so besides my not having been on top of movies this past year because of other things that have taken precedent and priority.
I have no idea. How could anything be more important?
A little bit going on, but I have some catching up to do on the movie watching front. But that being said, to your point around investing in industries and being intentional here in the city, I think that is a huge opportunity for us, because we are not intentional about growing industries and creating the economic development engines that are necessary to create jobs, to create new revenue for our city. We are, I will say, mediocre at best at responding to existing businesses that are here and already know what they want and asking us for it. It's another thing in and of itself to create new and to create new pipelines and to focus on new businesses that aren't already here, recruiting them and making Oakland more attractive. And so that's absolutely what we need, what we've been struggling with. And the music industry is one. Movie entertainment industry is one, but there are so many other industries, from biotech, to
fashion,
clean energy, fashion, you name it. There's an opportunity for us.
People are not going to like it. Those are industries that when we've developed them, and Keith Carson started this when I worked for LU. I was in a meeting, we were talking about getting biotech, and I said, wait a minute, we don't have a lot of people in Oakland who can qualify for those jobs at an executive level. They look at me like I had grown 3 heads out. Okay.
Yeah. Now, as a biomedical engineer, as someone who is a part of that industry and knows that, hey, we've got an incredible training program with biotech lab, actually with Barbara Lee's name on it at Merritt. We've got huge opportunities, so much that we can grow. And so as you say, what am I going to be involved in? For now, from outside of City Hall, economic development, creating opportunities for more jobs.
That's my area. Because here's my point, Loren. 1985, I was an intern in the city in 1986. 87, I got a project, 3rd and Linden. Seamstresses that were there, African American, were about to lose their major contract with Levi. I built from scratch a plan to build a new incubator there. 35 seamstresses, even had the real estate broker, the contractor. You know what they told me? You know what the city of Oakland told me once I got everybody lined up? I had created a just-in-time plan where you could beam their orders from the places where they're ordering them and then get them out and ship them. They're right in West Oakland, right? They said I was too young. This is our city of Oakland, economic development. They said I was too young. That's what they told me. Oh, you're too young to do that. You're an intern. Who cares? All right. That was 1987, man. All right. So my point is, we spent a lot of time as Oakland City cutting off ideas that could help specifically the Black community. And but we've always wanted to do, and you're $6 million. You can build a $6 million man, but we should have an incubator for Black biotech businesses, okay? Because we have a hard time acknowledging the fact that we're not getting the money there. We have to look these problems in the eye and create ideas to solve them, and tools, and then implement those tools. We're not doing it, but I'm tired of this stuff. We have to change this, Loren. You and I change it.
So yeah, let's go. A lot of work to do, and we're not done yet. So let's keep going. And I know a lot of the folks who are watching are also ready to roll up sleeves and make it happen. So let's do it.
Are you fired up and ready to go?
Fired up and ready to go. So we're gonna do that, and we're also gonna have a little fun. So March Madness, fill out your brackets, come to a watch party, join in the fun there, and also let's roll up sleeves to improve our town. Working on a lot of the issues we addressed and some that we didn't have a chance to get to.
Thank you, sir. Hey, stick around in the background. Folks, subscribe to Zenny62. Bookmark oaklandnewsnowblog.com, zenny62.com, the newly refurbished site of mine, and Oakland Restaurant Week. Let me know what your favorite restaurant is. I'll tout it for you. I'll get the word out there. Loren, what's your favorite restaurant?
I've got too many to choose, but I like going back to Chef Nelson's Sober Mesa. That's a good spot to go to.
Say it again,
Chef
please.
Sober Mesa, Chef Nelson's restaurant.
Yeah.
Like that spot. We've got a whole lot of great places that are popping up. Unfortunately, we've lost a few during the pandemic as well, but I'm encouraged by those that are there. Let's go out and support them.
We got to help them. SB 293 Skinner, that's for Howard Terminal, but AB 464 Mullen, use tax increment financing to directly help businesses impacted by COVID. We haven't done it. They're killing me, man.
How much to get on top of?
No, I'm not going to do that. My mom needs me. But anyway. All right, man. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up.
There you go. None of us need to have a heart attack in the back kitchen of the restaurant like Corleone. We got to work together to spread the love.
We don't get this stuff going. I'm tired of this, man. We got to get this stuff
there you
go. All right, stick around in the background, my man.
All right.
See folks. Support this man. Anything that he does, give him your thumbs up. All right.
Thanks, Denny.
Okay. You don't have to do anything. I got it. All right.